over one's emotional life. The non-negotiable no, building the boundary muscle. Losing personal boundaries through excessive yes. When someone repeatedly say yes in situations where they internally feel no, their identity gradually weakens. Each forced yes creates a small fracture in self-respect. This loss shows up as resentment, emotional fatigue, feeling invisible, agreeing out of fear, difficulty assenting needs. Over time, the person becomes compliant rather than authentic. Why it happens? Boundary collapse is not a personality flaw. It is conditioned survival strategy. Mechanism involved. Fear of conflict. Saying no will escalate things. Avoidance conditioning. If I agree, tension disappears. Self-worth erosion. My need matter less. Emotional dependency. I must maintain harmony to feel safe. The personal system learns to associate agreement with safety. What you can do. One small no today. 10 seconds. Choose a low stakes situation and practice a teeny boundary. Respond with not now, I will do it later. Or I am occupied, but I will handle it when I can. No explanation, no apology, just one calm boundary. Why this works? A small no begins repairing the authority muscle. It retrains the nervous system to tolerate mild discomfort and demonstrate that conflict does not lead to catastrophe. This recalibrates the brain's threat perception around saying no. Always explaining or justifying your decision. Many individuals feel compelled to explain themselves excessively whenever they resist or disagree. This weakens boundaries. Explanation often come from fear of disappointing the partner, fear of being misunderstood, guilt for prioritizing self, habit of over-justifying actions. This turns boundaries into negotiations. Why it happens? Excessively, justification is learned through repeated emotions consequences like arguments, blame, withdrawal, criticism. The brain begins to believe if I don't explain, I will be punished emotionally. Thus, over explaining becomes a defensive behavior. Action plan. The no explanation rule. 5 seconds. After saying no, stop yourself from adding a sentence. Let the boundary stand alone. Example, not now. What this works? Silence reinforces boundary strength. It signals the brain that self-protection does not require justification. This begins breaking the automatic reflex to over-explain. Inability to track boundary progress. Without measurement, boundaries remain inconsistent. Small wins go unnoticed and motivation fades. People often believe they never set boundaries, even when they actually did, just irregularly. This creates perceived helplessness. Why it happens? The brain remembers failures more strongly than successes. This is a survival-based bias. As a result, boundary wins disappear from memory. Boundary failures stand out. The mind assumes I am still the same. Tracking counters this bias. Your action plan. Boundary scorecard 20 seconds daily. Draw a simple 7-day checklist. each night's mark. Did I say one small no today? Yes or no? No details needed, just one tick mark. Why this works? Tracking creates visible progress, which strengthens internal motivation. Consistency also builds neural pathways, turning boundary setting into a practiced and familiar action. This transforms boundaries from rare events into daily habit. The summary: repeatedly saying yes against inner resistance erodes self respect and weakens personal boundaries. Boundary collapse develops as a conditioned response driven by fear, avoidance, and emotional dependency. Small, low risk refusal retrains the nervous system to tolerate discomfort without escalation. Eliminating over explanation strengthens boundaries and restores internal authority. Tracking small boundary actions builds consistency and turns a assertiveness into a stable habit.